For Bryn Renner. Bryn Renner does like to run it. If he gets pressured, he's going to keep this ball on the ground, try to pick up the first down, and it does not happen. Hawaii is stout right up the middle, and that'll force the Mainland into a punting situation. 3 and out. State titles in football here at Iolani High School. He's going to Hawaii on a baseball scholarship. Up the middle is Michael Ford. They call him Shug. There is a penalty back at the 10-yard line. Georgia. 19 touchdowns through the air. He rushed for 5 more on the ground. Short gain and good pressure up the middle. Simeone Vahikiti. Loss of 7. Second down, a short handoff. And it's Ford. Michael Ford. As we mentioned before, on his way to LSU. Nicknamed Shug, 2,900 yards, 8.8 a carry.
You see a look at his power here. He had a run just like this earlier that was called off by a penalty near the goal line. But he's a north-south type of guy who has speed, but also the power to break tackles. You got to give some credit here to Terry Aledo in the middle, the BYU commit, seen here on the isolation shot. Committed to BYU.
Now for the States against the best from Hawaii and American Samoa. And a couple of players who were born and raised in Tonga also taking part in this game.
Around, he visited Ole Miss earlier this month, plans on revisiting South Florida later on in the winter, but he's looking around.
7 kids.
Great asset in that regard to the Oklahoma program.
When you said an annoying guy who talks too much, why were you looking at me? 10 feet apart in the box and stared at me the whole time. Across the 45-yard line, that'll be enough for the first down. You look at each other and say, what are they saying? And you know, and they're all big dudes there too, man. Huge offensive line. Handoff again, right up the middle. They've run this a couple of times. Usually it's David Wilson. This time it's Michael Ford. Michael Ford, LSU. We're going to keep throwing out these colleges to you so you know who these guys are in the United States and now here in the islands. I'm just so impressed with guys who dedicate their lives, you know, to building these young men. And it's not just about football, the time that they spend with them. And, you know, when we were talking with, we've been flooded by Mainland defensive backs. Another turnover. That's 7 turnovers for Hawaii Polynesia. That's Michael Ford. A couple of nifty moves. Michael Ford, he's got a step. And he stepped out of bounds. Michael Ford. So he's got some wheels as well. Stays in the air that long.
No, that probably gets intercepted in Division I football.
But he got away with it here. Michael Ford up the middle, took a couple of big, great wavy hair.
I saw that. Yeah. I wish I saw it before I interviewed him earlier in the week. I said, Cayman, what happened?
Yeah, come on, man, let it grow.
The girls couldn't have liked that, could they? The haircut?
And he's all serious about football. Puno won their first state championship this year.
Good for him. It paid off.
He's Taki, audio, Jerome Sabag. Nice work making us sound a lot better than we really do in person.